Ever wondered how to navigate the maze of applying for a green card in the US? Well, you're not alone. The journey towards obtaining a green card can indeed seem like a labyrinth, filled with paperwork, legal jargon, and long waiting periods. But fear not, we're here to simplify the process for you. Let's start with the basics. What is a green card? A green card, officially known as a permanent resident card, allows you to live and work permanently in the United States. It's like having a long-term visa, but with more benefits and responsibilities. It's a significant step towards becoming a full-fledged U.S. citizen, and it's a dream for many people around the globe. In the following scenes, we'll be breaking down the process of applying for a green card into manageable steps. We'll guide you through eligibility criteria, petition filing, visa availability, adjustment of status, and the final interview. So buckle up. Stay tuned as we dive into the process of applying for a green card in the U.S. Before you start your green card application, it's important to know if you qualify. The eligibility categories for a green card are varied, and it's crucial to identify which one applies to you. For instance, family sponsorship is a common route. This could be through a spouse who is a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, or through other immediate family members. Another category is employment. If you have a job offer from a U.S. employer, or you are an investor who plans to create jobs in the U.S., you may qualify. Refugees or asylees, people who have been in the U.S. for at least 1 year after being granted asylum or refugee status, are also eligible. Understanding these categories is the key to a smooth application process. Make sure you fit into one of these categories before embarking on your green card journey. Once you've determined your eligibility, it's time to move on to the actual application process. The first step in the application process is filing the petition. This is your formal request to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services to consider your eligibility for a green card. Now, the form you'll need to fill out depends on your category of eligibility. For instance, family-sponsored applicants, you're going to use Form 130, Petition for Alien Relative. This is where you'll provide details about your relationship with the family member who's a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident. On the flip side, if you're applying based on employment, you'll need to file Form 140, Immigrant Petition for Alien Worker. This is where your prospective U.S. employer will vouch for your expertise and the necessity of your skills for their business. Remember to fill out these forms accurately and honestly. Any misinformation can lead to delays or even denial of your petition. After filing the petition, it's time to wait for approval before moving on to the next step. Once your petition is approved, you need to wait until a visa number is available. Now, what does that mean exactly? Let's break it down. The U.S. Department of State is the agency that issues visas. However, there's a limit to how many they can issue each year for certain categories. Think of it as a cap. Once that cap is reached, new applicants have to wait until the next fiscal year for a visa number to become available. This is what we refer to as visa availability. Now you might be wondering, how do I know when a visa number is available for me? Well, that's where the Visa Bulletin comes in. The Visa Bulletin is a monthly publication by the U.S. Department of State. It's a bit like a calendar showing when visa numbers are available for different categories and countries of origin. So you've kept an eye on the Visa Bulletin, and finally, a visa number has become available for you. What's next? This is where the adjustment of status process begins. The adjustment of status is the final step in the journey to becoming a permanent resident in the United States. To adjust your status, you need to file Form 1-485, Application to Register Permanent Residence or Adjust Status. This form is your official request to change your status from a non-immigrant or temporary resident to a permanent resident. Filling out Form 1-485 may seem daunting, but don't worry. It's mainly a collection of personal information, details about your entry into the U.S. and your immigration history. The form also includes a few questions about your moral character and potential grounds of inadmissibility. Be sure to answer all questions honestly and completely. Once you've filled out Form 1-485, submit it along with the required supporting documents and fees to U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, and there you have it, you've applied for adjustment of status. After submitting Form 1-485, you're one step closer to getting your green card. Now it's a matter of waiting for your interview date and preparing for it, but that's a topic for our next scene. Stay tuned. The next step in the process is the interview. This is where you'll have the chance to showcase your eligibility for the green card. It's normal to be nervous, but remember, the officials are there to help, not hinder your journey. You can expect to be asked about your background, your reasons for wanting to live in the United States, and your plans once you're here. It's crucial to be honest and consistent with your responses. After the interview, you'll be one step closer to your goal. The final steps involve waiting for the decision from USCIS. This could take a few weeks, so patience is key. You'll receive a notification about the decision in your mail. If approved, you'll soon be holding your very own green card, signifying your official status as a U.S. permanent resident. And there you have it, a step-by-step guide on how to apply for a green card. Let's quickly recap the steps we've discussed. We started by understanding what a green card is and its importance. It's not just a card, it's a ticket to a world of opportunities, opening doors to live and work legally in the United States. Next, we delved into the eligibility criteria. It's essential to determine if you're eligible under one of the categories set forth by the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS. From there, we moved on to filing the petition, a critical step where accuracy and attention to detail are of utmost importance. After filing, we discussed visa availability and adjusting your status, followed by the interview process and the final steps towards obtaining your green card. Remember, the green card application process can be complex, but with patience and careful preparation, it is entirely manageable. Good luck with your application.